Today we will learn about some few basic topics in Python. So we will start with file handling. So file handling is used to manage the file and to perform tasks on the file like opening, writing, and many more types. So we can open the file in three modes: reading mode, writing mode, and append mode. Reading mode will only read the content from the file, and writing mode will only write into the content from to the file, and append mode will add new content in the file. So to open, we there is this syntax, and for closing there is this syntax. So how can we write in the file? First we need to open the file using open function, and we need to open it into the write mode. Then we will write it like this. This is an example. So this will write into the particular file. Now if we want to read that particular file, then we need to open it into the R mode. Then we can read it like file character by character. File dot read will read the file with character by character, and we will print using print function. Now we are reading the file using line by line. So for each line in file, print each line. It will print line by line. So this is the output of this particular line file which we write in this particular thing. So if you want to append a new line into this, then we can open this file into the A mode, then file dot write. This will add this line. So this line will added in this content, and if you print this, then we can see that this line is added to this particular file. Now we will talk about three basic topics for machine learning, that is NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib. So NumPy is basically 1D or 2D arrays used to handling the arrays in Python. So how can we initialize 1D array? We can initialize 1D array by this particular function np dot array. So here we pass the list and it will give us the 1D array. So this is 1D array look like. Now 2D array we will pass the 2D list in the np dot array, we will get the 2D array. Now we will talk about some basic attributes. Like if we want to print the particular array, then we can directly print it by using print x. And now there are three simple functions, that is x dot shape, type, and x dot dtype. What will x dot shape do? X dot shape will give you the shape of that particular array, like it is one dimensional, two dimensional, three dimensional, or n dimensional. Also type x will tell you about what is the type of this particular x, that is array. And what is x dot d type? X dot d type will give you the data type of particular values inside the array. So if we'll see that x is 1 to 12 and x has dimension 12, x is the object type of class and the element in x are of int type. So this is how it works. Now we will talk about reshape. Reshape generally converts your 1D array into different dimension which you want to. So we can reshape that particular 1 to 12 array into 3 comma 4. So where there are 3 rows and 4 columns. So reshape will convert this. And if we print the dimension of this and type, then you can see that this is converted into 3 rows and 4 columns. So x has 3 comma 4 dimensions and it will type of nd array and the data type are 32 int 32. So how can we access elements in array? It's very simple. Like in list, we can access the same elements in array from right side and from left side too. So x in square bracket 0, x in square bracket 1, and x in square bracket 4. Then negative index is x in minus 5, like that. So we will get the output like this. So this is how we can access elements in array. Now we will learn about pandas. So pandas is generally used for working with Excel files, CSV files to manage your data to see in a tabular format. So pandas is usually used for that particular task. So we need to define the data. So for this we are defining a variable my data, and in this we are storing the information in the form of 2D array. So we store the data in my data. Now we will name the column name. So we will store the column names like temperature and activity in column names. So this temperature will shows 0, 10, 20, 30, and 40, and activity will give you 3, 7, 9, 14, and 15. So now we will need to feed into the or data frame. So there is a function in pandas, that is data frame. So pd dot data frame will give you data. First we need to give the first argument, that is our data, that is our 2D array. Then we need to give the column name. So this is our column name. Then we will print this particular data frame. So we will get this like an output. So this is how our data frame is stored and print. Now, if we want to store this data frame into a CSV file, so this is very simple. We can use a function to CSV that will give sample.csv. So if we see in this, there is no sample.csv in this particular folder, but now we run this code for this. So we can see that now a sample.csv is being made into this. So this is the sample.vsv. So you can see that this data is stored in the CSV format. Now we will see that we have a CSV file sample2.csv and we want to input into our data frame. So how can we do that? We can do that using a function name pd.readcsv. This will read the sample2.csv and we will store into a new data frame. So this is how it works. Now if you want to add a new column into it, so we can simply write new data frame square brackets and the name of the new column. And if we want to modify that column using an existing column, so we can do that new data frame column 2 plus 2. So this will add the value of 2 to every single data in the column 2 and then it add to that new column, that is new column 3. So if we print the data frame, we can see that column 1, column 2, new column 3, and these are all the data inside this. So this is how it works. Now we will see the basic attributes of this data frame. If we want to print the above three elements of this particular data frame, then we can use head function with an argument 3. So it will print 0 to this. So we can see that 0 1 2 3. Now if we want to just print the second row of this particular thing, so we can just I log 2, then it will print the second row of this particular data frame. Now if we want to slice and we want to print between 1 to 3, so we can just using slice method 1 to 4 and it will provide you the output of 3 rows 1 2 3. Now also if you want to just print column wise, you can just give the new data frame and column and it will print you the column 2 as this. So this is how it works. Now these are all the basics of pandas. Now we will talk about matplotlib. And this is a Python library which is used for visualize things, which is used for plotting graph of the data use you store using this pandas library. So we can use matplotlib for plotting or data for visualizing things, so it is easy to read and understand. So first we need to import matplotlib using pyplot. So we are import pyplot as plt, so that we need to write pyplot again and again. So first we need to initialize the x values, axis values and y axis values. So x axis values are 1 2 3 4 and y axis values are 5 4 6 2. So in the form of list we store the values. Now we can use plt.scatter. It will print the dots at the particular um, values of x and y, and plt show will show the values. So this is how it works. First is 1 comma 5, this is 1 comma 5. Now 2 comma 4, then this is 2 comma 4, then 3 comma 6, this is 3 comma 6, and 4 comma 2, this is 4 comma 2. So this is how it works. So now if we want to draw lines between the points and we want to plot with a proper visualization with the title of the graph with the x-axis labels and y-axis labels, so how can we do that? We can do that by simply initializing x values and y values using list or np array, and we can plot this plt.plot x values y values. Now we need to give the title, so we will use plt.title and give the title of the plot, and we need to define x and y label. So plt.x label x values and plt.y label y values. Then we need to show the particular, then so plt.show will print the total output. So this is how it look like. Title of the float is the title and y values x values are the labels. So this is how it works. Now if we want to just print this particular area, this area, so we can small the axis like 2 to 4 and then 6 to 4. So this will print you this particular area. So how can we do that? We can change the axis size by plt.axis 2 comma 4 comma 4 comma 6. So this will give you plt show, this will give you the graph like this. So these are all the basics of matplotlib. So today's session ends. Thank you so much.